You probably want to take advantage of the ability that Eve has to help you send SMS text messages to your customers. Examples of when you might wish to use that facility are when a customer order has arrived for them, of when their service is ready for pickup, or perhaps of when there is a late change to a schedule for a course or a trip. So let's look at how we can set that up. Now these are elements of your work with Eve that are specific to each PC. So what we're going to do is go to Tools from the top menu, then to Options, then to This PC Only. When we go to that Options form per PC, you will see a text messaging tab. And there are two ways in which you can send those messages. First of all, if we take this Skype option, as long as each of the PCs that you want to use this function on have Skype loaded, then select the Skype radio button here, and then there are three options down here that you need to make sure you have right. For your information, each of these question marks next to each of these options will guide you through what you need to enter here. For example, Skype, as you know, requires a country prefix to go before a cell or mobile number. For example, in the UK, +44, United States, +1, in Australia, +61, in Ireland, +353. So you should enter that here. In some countries, for example, the United Kingdom, where all cell/mobile phone numbers start with a 0, you need to strip that first 0 before making the call. If that is the case, then enter that digit or digits in this prefix to strip. By leaving this return number blank, any replies to the text messages you send from Skype will return to your Skype account. By entering a number in there, you can place in a different number, perhaps your own or one of your staff's or instructors' cell phone numbers, to which those messages will return. One further detail with regard to Skype is you may find that within Skype, in the settings of Skype, that you need to enter the fact that Skype can communicate with other pieces of software, namely Eve. Now let's take a look at this email-based provider option. And again, this is on the text messaging tab of the This PC Only options under the Tools menu. And many email-based providers you'll be able to get to work with Eve. In the example here, I set up with a company called textanywhere.net, and that email-based provider will provide you with the information that you can see here in this help again of the domain that will be added to the customer's cell phone or mobile number when delivering these messages as text messages but via your email account. And again, you may have, there are prefixes to strip, return numbers, etc. So having entered the settings per each of your Eve client PCs as you wish, let me give you an example of how we might use that. I referred earlier to perhaps a change of schedule or numbers of cylinders to bring, change of location due to changing weather conditions for perhaps a day trip. So let's go to, in this example, tomorrow's day trips and open up a particular trip, move to the Customers tab, and if I select all of these customers, you will now see that on the right of this day trip screen there is the ability to send a text message. Now when I click that button, confirmation that I'm about to send a text message via Text Anywhere will appear, and then that will open up an email for me. So I'm using an email-based provider, and I can start writing my text message. Some things to note. I would urge you to leave the subject line blank, as text messages don't really need a subject line. Also note here that there is no problem whatsoever with all of your customers' cell phones, mobile numbers appearing in the to field on the address bar. They will not see any of the other customers' mobile numbers. Then simply write the text message as you wish. Now, clearly these are SMS text messages. Try to keep them relatively short, snappy, and to the point. Many of you may well have email signatures, perhaps even images at the bottom of your emails that you'd like to go out with your email communication. Clearly we don't really want those going out when simply sending a text message. So when you've finished your text message, enter $. You will see those two symbols on the screen now, and that will mean that when you send the text message, just the text message part, that's this area highlighted here, will be the part that is delivered and not any extraneous messaging or images. And that's an example then of how you can use the power of text messaging and the power of Eve to keep in touch with your customers on a very regular and timely basis, whether from a day trip or a trip, from a course, from the customer search wizard, or from their own customer record. Anywhere where you see that SMS button.